What I'll do now is lightly season this up. Some nice sea salt. Sea salt traditionally in France at least comes from a place called Camargue, which is also famous for its rice. I know France and rice doesn't sound same or great in the same sentence, but you'll be surprised with the quality of rice which comes out of this marshland called Camargue, which is famous for producing a very, very good brand of sea salt and rice as well.
So people in France eat rice.
Yes, definitely they do eat rice.
Because many people don't know about that.
Yes.
It's something nice we're getting to learn. Even I'm getting to learn that.
And Camargue in southwest of France is a very, very big region in terms of its name as far as rice is concerned. What I'm going to do now is add these nice cherry tomatoes. I particularly like using cherry tomatoes because they are very, very nice in flavor, and at the same time they give an interesting texture to the whole soup. So if you see, it's all coming in together now.
I can actually smell the bacon.
Yes.
The bacon fat. And a little bit of the celery.
Yes. Now very soon the bacon will be kind of hidden behind, and the flavors of the fish, the seafood and the prawns, etc. that we're going to use will kind of take over.
Okay.
What I'll do now is add a little bit of fish stock or a clam base or a seafood stock, whatever you would like to add or prefer. And this will give the depth or the body to our seafood stew.
Okay. So the better the much better the stock, the better the flavor.
Absolutely. I could have added water as well, but then water does not have any flavor. So I would rather stick to something like a very well flavored fish or a seafood stock. You also have proprietary clam bases, etc., which are available in the market. But then I would have something which is produced by us in our homes or in our own kitchens.
They also say the longer you keep the stock,
Yes.
the better the flavor it is. But in not many cases, for beef, for example, for a beef stock or a lamb stock, the longer it is, the better. But fish is being a delicate, you simmer it for a longer time.
No, we do not simmer typically a fish stock for more than say 45 minutes to an hour, and refrigerated it can keep up to a day and a half. Otherwise, after that, it kind of loses its flavor, its delicacy.
Okay.
What I'll do now is flavor it with some nice freshly torn basil. This is something that we grow in our own kitchen gardens, in our backyards at Renaissance.
So homegrown basil.
Yes. And basil and tomatoes and bacon are the quintessential combination which is very, very popular throughout the Mediterranean countries, be it Italy, be it Portugal, Spain, southwest of France. It just adds on a whole lot of different dimension as far as flavors is concerned.
I have read the French people love their basil, they love their tomatoes, they love
Yes.
their cheese.
Yes,
So basil, tomato and cheese are like a match made in heaven.
absolutely. What I'm going to also do now is add a little bit of pepperoncino or chili flakes, as Italians would call it. And this is just to add a little bit of a heat in the soup, which is quite nice and required at times as well. A lot of people, especially in Europe, might squinch at the idea of adding chilies to a dish, but in Mediterranean countries, chili peppers are an essential part of their cuisine. Now this, sorry.
Yeah. For each term, like I know has a French term also.
Yes.
Like you just said, for chilies it is called pepperoncino.
Yeah, that's the Italian for chili flakes.
So like if I have to take, what will they call basil in France?
Basilico or basil or basil.
And any other thing which you would like to tell our...
Leeks would be poivre, or onions would be oignon,
Okay.
and tomatoes would be la tomate.
So today we're getting to learn a lot of French terms.
Yes. This stock or stew is nice and flavored. What a lot of people don't do is taste while they're cooking. I strongly recommend to taste your food whilst you're cooking it and before it goes out to serve as well. So we'll have these tasting spoons with us.
That is the best thing. Always taste your food.
Yes. It's nice. It's tomatoey. I do not want to add any little bit of sugar into it because the tomatoes are just ripe and they have their own natural sour and sweet combination. What I'll start doing now is add in squid first, because it takes a little bit more time to cook as compared to the other seafood. Next, I'll add in prawns. These are deveined and cleansed. We do not want to be messing around with shells as far as our stew is concerned. So I've added my snapper, I've added prawns, I've added squid. I've just got some blanched clams. I could have added clams here as well, but I just prefer to blanch them separately and use the stock or the liquor to flavor the soup as well.
So basically, chef, you are just putting all the seafood in an order, you know, according to the time they are going to take to cook.
Exactly, because you know, the clams were pre-blanched and they had opened up naturally on their own, releasing the juices. So I have added the clams at the very, very last.
So there's a proper way to put all everything. You can't just throw all the seafood together and expect it to cook together.
I wish I could, but then that will not get the dish the flavors that I'm looking for. I'm just going to simmer it for a little bit more. If you notice, I have avoided the use of wine altogether. That's because I'm going to add a little bit of lemon to finish it up just before it goes out to be served.
Chef, what does the wine do in this? What is the role of wine?
Wine can catch all the flavors which are there in the pan and bring it together. That's called deglazing. It can also add a hint of sourness, depth of flavor to a seafood stew. But then here again, I've got a lot of flavor in forms of the stock and the bacon, hence I'm not using the wine.
So no wine for us.
I'll just probably top it up with a little bit more of fish stock to get the consistency right. And what I also do is a nice cheat trick, if I can, which is to add a hint of balsamic, and this kind of takes care of that little bit of sugar that is usually required in almost all the dishes to get the flavors going together, especially the ones which use tomato in them. And balsamic is vinegar which is extracted from Trebbiano grapes. So again, very, very Mediterranean, very Italian, and it does the trick perfectly well.
They also say the older the balsamic, the better it is.
And the more expensive it is. Yeah, but in a kitchen you could use a regular balsamic and that should do the trick.
Whenever we are going to bring it, sasta wala balsamic.
This is almost ready. The carrots are there with a little bit of a crunch. We'll use a different spoon now. Put it on a slight simmer and just taste it for flavors and salt. Nice. And what we do is we have something which is nice and big and deep and hearty in form of a bowl, because we're not looking at fussing around with presentations on a plate, arranging the clams or a bowl, because in Provence, especially in the artisan villages, the peasant-like cuisine, what they do is they kind of just top it up like that. The colors and the flavors are the garnish for the soup. What we probably can do is add a little bit of basil on top, a hint of some olive oil, and you do not require anything more than a couple of toasted slices of baguette to kind of complete your meal, that is.
So my meal is ready.
Absolutely.
I don't think I'm going to let Roshan eat this. It smells fantastic.
Sure.
And chef, let's go and have. I want you also to join me.
Absolutely, we will.
Okay, so stay tuned. And chef, anything else you would like to, something we are missing on this?
Just keep it nice, plain, healthy, hearty and simple.
Done. So if you like this recipe, we will share it. It is there in the description below. Have a look at it, try it at home, comment on it, how it is. And chef, thank you. Please subscribe to the channel and for more such recipes. We are going to do more such recipes with Chef Sandeep Pande. I assure you that. Sira. Okay. Bye.